So it's finally arrived. I've gone off and done something a little bit bonkers. I've gone off and bought myself a broken Xbox One controller from eBay. It was £15 all in. That was delivered to my door, so it was a real steal, nice and cheap. And the only thing it said on the listing was the left thumbstick didn't work. That was the only thing it said. And apparently everything else works absolutely fine. Feeling the buttons, they all feel nice and crisp. But then again, so does the left thumbstick. So I guess we're going to have to see if, see what's going on there and if there's any movement at all. I have little knowledge in electronics, but I do have a keen interest in it. So I want to basically just see if I can fix it and get it all working again. So I'm going to plug this into my computer now, and we'll see what works, what doesn't, and what needs to be done with it. Right, so I've gone ahead and plugged this in to the PC. It's literally plugged in, started up, no problems whatsoever. And now I'm going to do a quick test just to make sure everything, everything's working, or rather if we can find any issues with it. So we'll go straight in for the buttons. No, they're all fine. The vibrations are working good on those. Absolutely fine. That's fine, that's fine, that's fine. All good. Yep. That's good. That's good. Okay, so we'll do the right thumbstick. Yeah, that's fine. Right one's good. No problems at all with that one. And we will try the left one, which I'm not. Well, I don't know. I'm not holding out for. Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, it feels a bit. There we go. So look, it's sort of running back slowly. 58, 57, 56. Yeah. Can we get that back in the middle? We can. Yeah. So it's down as well. Is that going to go back up? Oh. Yeah, okay. So it looks like it's a left thumbstick. I'm gonna we'll open it up and we'll get to that part. I do know that you've got those. I think they're called potentiometers. So we'll open it up. We'll get to the parts and we'll have a look at, because I reckon it could be an issue with the potentiometer, which basically reads the up and down motion. Left and right appear to be fine. It's just up and down. There you go. Up and down. So I reckon it could be the potentiometer. And so yes, right, we'll look at opening it up and getting to that point. So let's look at opening this up then. What I'll do is I will fast forward the initial part of opening it up. Because I think you might be a bit bored on seeing that one. But once we've opened it up and we've got to the parts, we'll then take a closer look at it. Okay, so I've managed to get into it and strip it all down, and this is the left analog stick, or analog, maybe, controller. Is it the analogs? I don't know. Is that just me being really old? And sort of when I think analog stick, I think like Nintendo 64 or something like that. But yeah, this is a left thumbstick controller, and as you can see, so you got these little green things attached to it. These are, I think they're called potentiometers. And what this basically does, from what I can gather, or what I'm aware of anyway, is when you press up, it sort of registers that you've pressed up, and it registers that you've pressed down, and then it will send that command to elsewhere on the controller, I guess, or on the computer. Same for right and left. You got one here, which might say right and left, and then up and down, like that. So I actually do have a whole part that I could replace this with from an old board that I've got on an old control that I had a while back. But instead of me actually taking all this out, because looking at it, you've got quite a few different soldering points all around there. So without sort of, ideally I don't want to sort of go into that and remove them all. I will if I have to, which is fine. But I'm thinking we just remove this first potentiometer and replace it. I do actually have one of a donor board here. So although this is the right thumbstick, the potentiometers, they do the same job, so they'll work on left or right. So I'm going to take this potentiometer off here, and then pop it onto the good one here, and then I'll hopefully get it back to, well, I'll then reassemble the pad to a point where I can test it, so I won't put it all back together yet. But just to a point where I can literally plug it in, test it, and see if that resolves it. And hopefully it'll be a nice, quick, easy fix. But I guess we're going to find out. So what I'll do is I'll fast forward the video first, just while I get this first one out. But then I'll basically we can watch as I put this second, as I move this and put it into this into the working board. So let's get going. That one is now out. So that was from the donor board, and this is the board that we're actually trying to repair here. Just pull that out a little bit. So this is the board that we're trying to repair here. So I'm going to literally just remove this one here. As you see it, that one's going to come out there. And we're going to try and pop the new one in, or the replacement one. So let's give it a shot. So it's those three. I am not a professional at this in any way, shape or form. I'm just more of a hobbyist, to be honest with you. Is it that one? Yeah, we're going up, aren't we? Yeah, so it's this one here. Yeah. So yeah, please don't try not anyway to judge my soldering, because as I say, I'm not a professional. I literally just do this for a bit of fun. But hopefully it will be a nice, easy fix. Because if it is, even better. So, they've sort of got, from what I can see, little grips that hold on in the centre. You have to sort of get in there and pop them off. Like that. That's thought. Yeah. Let's get this out. So I'll open this up. When I've got it out, I'll open this up just to see if I can see any damage. Or anything like wear and tear, just to see if it's right. Because, I mean, maybe it's not this. It could be something else. Can I get this out? Yeah. Okay, that actually does look like a bit of wear and tear on that. I'm not sure if you can see it. Just looks a little bit around the edges there. That does look a little bit worn. So, I think it might be this. Fingers crossed, because if it is, then I've just gone and got this pad for £15, which, in my eyes, is an absolute steal. So, right, let's pop the new one on. Let's pop the new one on. Yeah. This would be fantastic if it is. Because they are fairly straightforward. Oh, he says. Oh no, I think we're on. All three of the pins are out. There we go. That is in. That is in. So now, a little bit of solder. If I can find it. A little bit of solder to tighten all that up, and then we'll get it back together and see if the problem is resolved. There we go. Bring some flux on it. Okay. Yeah, so I'm not claiming to be super amazing at soldering or super amazing at repairing electronics, to be honest with you. This is simply a hobby that I've really got into, and I'm really enjoying it. Right, let's give it a shot. I think we can zoom in a little bit for you. Okay. Yeah, that looks fine. Joe, I'm just going to zoom out a little bit. Because that, I don't know if one of the pads has come off for that. So what I'll do, now it's back on, I'll just test it to see if it's got any connection coming through, basically, and if it's on correctly. Let's have a look. So, let's zoom out a little bit. Okay. So, another one, let's say we'll take the one that we know works on the right hand side. We'll just basically see if there's continuity going through it. Okay. Okay, so the top one does. Let's do this one then. Yep, top one's fine. We need to find something that the middle one's connected to now. Is it connected to anything? Okay, I'm not expecting much from the middle at the moment then. There we go. Good stuff. So the bottom one is connected to this one. Yeah, which is working fine. So I think some of the pad has actually come off of that. Don't know if you can see it. But it's connecting fine. So let's just double check this last one. This way. Oh no. I want to see what the middle one can connect to. Absolutely nothing. I'm getting no readings from the middle one on the good side at all. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure why. Does it do nothing? Nope. 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 Well, I'm not getting any readings on the good side, so I'm struggling to see if that if it's connected properly. So what I'll do is use the trusty iLoop just to basically look at the connection itself and see. I'm not sure if you don't see it. Okay, let's have a look. Let's have a look. It doesn't look connected. Yeah, I'm looking at the right place. That one there. Ah, there. Oh no, it's connected. Not sure if you can see. Can you see through the iLoop? Probably not. No. But it is, yeah, it's definitely connected. So that's fine. What I'll do is, just for good measure, I'll throw a little bit of solder on it because it is lacking ever so slightly. But that looks absolutely fine. I hope there is a pad on that, you know. Don't think there is. That one there. Yeah, that one. Let's have a look. Let's solder out of the way. You know what, let's give that a clean. Let's see if we can get a better view of it, because it doesn't, I can't see a connection for the middle one. Let me actually I'll check. On the left hand side, see if we can find a connection there. Yeah, there's a connection for the middle one. So I think a bit of a quick clean should sort this. Or at least allow me to find the connection anyway. Using isopropanol. Alcohol, basically. So there we go. Right. Let's have another little peek. Just want to see where it's connecting to. Just there, found it. Yep, just found it. There we go. It's right, very small. Very, very small. And it's not, it looks like I'm missing, it looks like some of the pads come off when I was soldering it, which is a bit of a bugger. Okay, let's have a look. Let's have a look. That is looking good. I'm trying to be totally sure. Yeah, that's fine. But it does look like I've had some of the pad off of that. Not sure why. Maybe my solder arm was too hot. Maybe it's on 3. That's 375. So, which I think should be about right. But that there is the new part that's on. So it looks like it's all gone on correctly. A little bit of an issue there with the soldering, but I have checked and all of those connections are good and none of them are overlapping. Let me just make sure when I say that. Yeah, none of them are overlapping, but it definitely looks like I've taken the pad off of that one there, and I think even some of it off the bottom one as well, which is a little bit frustrating. So anyway, let's just put this back together to a point where we can actually test it and see what we've got. Okay. It would be nice if this is the only fix for it, then absolute bargain. £15, because I've got 2 children who love Xbox. And unfortunately, go through pads like it's no one's business. Get on there. Honestly, putting these together again, it's a nightmare. There we go. That is all I need. So I'm going to plug this back in now and we'll see. Fingers crossed it's working. So I've just plugged it in and it doesn't look like it's fixed it, unfortunately. So at the moment it goes right and left, but it's up. It's like continuous. It's just up ever so slightly, constantly up. That is that's a pain. I thought this would be a nice easy one. So I'm going to get back onto the workbench and I'm going to have a look at the potentiometer just to see if there's anything in there. Because I mean this is a second-hand piece that I've taken off of an old board, so maybe there's a problem with that one. And yeah, just see what's going on. So let's have another look at it again. So I pulled the other piece out. So the potentiometer that I replaced, I've actually pulled that out. And I don't know if you can see it, but this has got exactly the same sort of wear on it. So basically, they're both the ones I replaced. So that's that one. And then this one here. You can just see on the corners here. Just on the sides over there. So both of those look like they've got the same sort of wear and tear. So what I've done is I've replaced, here's the donor board, and I've taken off the bottom potentiometer. I actually took that out and had a quick look at it, and that seemed fine. So unfortunately I did that off camera. But I've gone ahead and replaced just this potentiometer on this side now. And that's all just there. That's all in. And I'm just going to give this another shot now and see if it works. Right, so I've got it plugged back into the computer. And we're going to do a quick test to see if it's working again. Look at that. It was a potentiometer. Boom. Oh, I've just actually unplugged it. Bear with me. Yeah, I just unplugged it then because I've not got the board attached to it. Let me just get that going again. There we go. Okay. So you can see, down, up, 100% on both of them. Right, up, 100%, left, 100%. It's worked. That's fixed it. So literally, it was just a potentiometer. That was the problem. I bought a pad for £15, which they stated I think was built on the Xbox build it yourself, sort of add the colours and whatever you want yourself, and they'll build it for you. It's one of that website. So it wasn't a cheap pad, and I bought it from eBay for £15, and it was just the potentiometer, which I had the spare part for. That is absolutely excellent. Yeah. Right, I'll look at putting it all back together again. I am so chuffed with that. It's literally just that potentiometer. That was the only problem. And it's now fully working again. Absolutely. Oh, that is excellent. So I'll look at putting this back together. We'll give it one more try. Just just to make sure when it's all back together, because I need to put solder these back on. And then if it's all working, then we're done. The only thing I will do also is I've noticed there's actually quite a lot of grime on the bottom here, and also on the some of the shell casing as well. So I'm going to go through that as well and just give it a good clean, and we're going to get back together again. So I'll fast forward all of that, and yeah. Right, that is now all put back together again. If you probably noticed on the video there, I put it all back together, and I forgot to put in the audio jack. That annoyed me so much, so I had to strip it down, or strip it back a bit, to pop that back in, then put it all in. But it's now working all good. All the buttons feel nice and crisp. I'm just going to pop it onto the computer and do one more test just to make sure. But I think for £15. We've gone and got a really nice Xbox One controller. Right, so I'm back on the computer again. I'm just going to do a quick test on that, on the analog stick, on the left one. Yeah, it's working absolutely fine. So it's just the potentiometer. That was it. That was working. Yep, it's all working. Vibration motors are working. Everything. This cost me £15. This is excellent. Yep, perfect. Yeah, so that's all working. Right, so there you have it. It's all completely working. No issues now whatsoever. And for £15, I think I got myself an absolute steal. It was from it's the Design Lab, so I've googled it, and it's the Xbox Design Lab. So it's from there. So it is really nice quality, and thankfully in lovely condition now. I had to give it a good clean because around the D-pad was really bad. Under here as well was quite dirty, and just all around the sort of edges and whatnot. So I've given it a good clean. It's now it's now in tip-top condition. So thank you so much for watching. Really hope that you enjoyed the video, and hopefully I'll see you on the next one. Take care.